Hey guys, welcome to a book haul video. I have gotten a lot of books since the beginning of quarantine and I wanted to show you guys, so here I am. There are a lot of them, so it's going to be pretty hectic, but grab some pajamas, grab a drink, that's what I decided to do, and let's get comfy and talk about some books. Enjoy! Hey guys, hey pals, this is my book haul. It's a long time coming. I've gotten so many books, so I figured it was time to show you all that I have and to see if this holds me accountable to actually read them. That'll be interesting. But this is going to be quite a long video considering I have so many books. I think it's over 50. So buckle in. I'm in my pajamas. I got comfy for this because I'm on my bed and I know I'm going to be sitting for a long time, so I figured, why not? Let's get comfy. Let's get into it. So I got a whole bunch of poetry books. I got quite a few Leonard Cohen's. I love Leonard Cohen's writing. I love his music. I love his writing. It just feels so cozy, but also eerie. I found all of these Leonard Cohen's. They were in my cart before I could even register that I had seen them. Oh, so good. I love a good cover. And then even on the inside, you have some of his like drawings and stuff, like so. Voila. And then I also got 3 of his other ones. So it is Parasites of Heaven, Flowers for Hitler, which I'm not too sure what that's about, and The Energy of Slaves. So this big boy, this huge boy, this thicken, this is the Penguin Anthology of 20th Century American Poetry. I don't know a lot about poetry, to be honest. I like writing poetry and I do like hearing and reading poetry, but I haven't actually delved a lot into it, so that's why I got this book, because, I mean, at the end of the day, I just need to do my research by reading. I got Ribbit? I got Robert Wrigley. I mean, there's a lot of animals on here, so I guess Ribbit, but like, anyway, I saw the cover and I went, fuck, I'll just get it. I've read a couple so far. They're quite nice. I quite like them. So I'm excited to see the rest of them. I also got Nervous System Poems by Rosalie Moffat. I just saw the nervous system bit and I was like, cool, science and poetry. Why not? I think this is the last actual poetry book, like of poems, not about poetry, that I have. And that is Execution Poems by George Eliot Clarke. And this is, again, I believe, a Canadian, yes, this is a Canadian poet. And this is about, I believe, his cousins who were hung for, it has a dust jacket. What? No, what? No, it's a dust jacket. But how does this come off? I don't want to rip anything. Okay, so holy fucking shit, so cool. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I wanted to read more from Black authors and Black poets because I should diversify where I'm getting my poetry from, because why not? And so I'm super excited to read this, but I'm probably gonna read this month or next month. Very excited. So before I actually really started my whole YouTube thing, I had a huge like reading drought. I really didn't read all too much. I really didn't write all too much. I kind of was just in a lull of sorts. But I got into BookTube and I really rediscovered it and found all these channels again and fell in love again. So I got into the books. I think Books and Lala really reviewed it and hyped this up. But it was Ruth Ware's Turn of the Key. I found it at Value Village and I went, why not? So that's that one. Okay, so I also got The Martian by Andy Weir. I've already read this and I really, really enjoyed it, but I did not actually have a copy. It was actually my mom's copy that I read, and boy oh boy, I wanted my own. I do want to reread this, actually. I think I might reread it in like December, Christmassy time, because space books and sci-fi books always just feel better in winter. I also have Yukio Mishima's Confessions of a Mask. It is about a boy in post-war Japan, and he is gay, and so he has to come into terms with his own sexuality during a time when it was, and even in Japan right now, homosexuality is not super accepted. So I'm very excited to see this. And I also love translated works. I just like seeing different worldviews and just exploring the world through books through a different perspective. These next two I'm going to do together because they're in a series. Oh, the sticker's still on this one. I'm going to take it off. I don't like the stickers. I don't care if it's Heather's pick. I don't know who Heather is. Now I'm Heather's pick. So I got Sapiens and I got Homo Deus by Yuval Noah Harari, I believe. Sorry if I said the name wrong. But I want to get back into history, and this is kind of like a summarizing of history, and then I look into the future. So why not? I love reading history, and I don't do it enough because I don't read nonfiction enough. But yeah, I figured why not? Sounds super, super fun, and it was on sale. So, The Penguin Book of Norse Myths, Gods of the Vikings, by Kevin Crossley Holland. I have wanted this book for ages, for literal years. So finally, I got it. Right now, I'm actually listening to on audiobook Norse Myths by Neil Gaiman. It's actually read by him too, and it's amazing so far. Really loving it. But once I'm done that, hello, I got Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda. I'm honestly not too sure how I'm gonna like this. I've heard a lot about it, and obviously it's a movie, and I have not seen the movie, so because I wanted to read the book before I see the movie, obviously. I know it's like a huge, big thing, and there was a huge hype around it, and I think I was scared off because of the hype, but I want more lovely romance, and why not? I also got Fahrenheit 451. I already talked about this in one of my other videos. I think it's my first video. I got this because I couldn't find my own copy. Bing, bang, boom. Haruki Murakami, Killing Commodore. So this is about a portrait painter who falls into another world after his wife abandons him. And oh me oh my. I fell in love during IB with Haruki Murakami's writing. So I'm just really excited to read more Haruki Murakami. And I can never get enough of his writing, so it was just a matter of time before I picked up another book. Next book is Policing Black Lives, State Violence in Canada from Slavery to the Present. And I don't actually know a lot about slavery in Canada, sadly enough. It's not really talked about in schools enough. It kind of got brushed to the side. So I'm really excited to read this. There's like really small font, so even though it looks thin and easy to get through, I'm sure it will take me a little bit because I want to annotate this. I got this mainly for like textbooky kind of purposes for like when I go to school and stuff. It's the literary terms and literary theory. What about it? So I got a couple of books by V.E. Schwab. I got Darker Shade of Magic. I got this as a library book and was down to read it, and then I never got to it, and I had to give it back to the library because it's not my book. And so I figured, you know what? Let me just buy it because I am very interested in the concept, and obviously it is beloved by many, many a person. So I figured, let's get into it. This Savage Song I also got by Victoria Schwab, which is, I think, her YA name that she goes by. It sounded very interesting. I wanted to, get to know her YA version of herself and then her more adult version of herself and like how that may change, because that's kind of interesting to me. Because I'm interested in writing both adult and nonfiction, and YA is what I meant. So I'm interested in writing kind of both. So I'm kind of interested in seeing how she goes about it. So this one I'm actually reading right now, and that is 21 Things You Might Not Know About the Indian Act, and that's by Bob Joseph. I'm really enjoying it so far. I did not know a lot about what was in the Indian Act. We actually went through it in school, like the very vague idea of this is the Indian Act. It was put into place. This is kind of what it led to and what it kind of did. They didn't really go into details all too much. So actually seeing how restrictive it was and how shitty it was is like really aggravating to see. And the writing is like super good too. Bob Joseph does a really good job at explaining everything. I'm not confused. I'm not feeling like things are being left out. So I'm very, very pumped to finish this. I'm about 25% through this, I think. So yeah, I went to chapters with my friend Shayla. And Shayla, if you're watching this, love you. Can't wait to do that again. Shayla and I went to this chapters, and we decided that I would pick out a book for her, and and she would pick out a book for me. So I picked out the book for her, Red, White, and Royal Blue. I have my own copy. I read it, loved it, thought that she would enjoy it, so I picked this one out for her. I talked about this one actually in my wrap-up, so I'm not going to talk too much about this, but it is by Casey McQueston, and it is a romance, and it is really sweet. And yeah, it's kind of just like a fairy tale in modern day. It's really quite sweet and a really nice summer read. She picked out for me Meet Cute, an anthology, so I'm not going to go through all the names because there's quite a bit, but it has LGBT representation, and Pride Month just passed, and I should have read more LGBT books during Pride Month, but I didn't. So I'm going to catch up this summer and actually read more romance, which who knew I would do that? Definitely not me. Neil Gaiman's Smoke and Mirrors. I have not read short stories by him, so I'm very much intrigued. I got this at my Value Village, so it's kind of gross on the cover, so I'm gonna have to wipe this down. But yeah, I'm excited to see. I got The Organized Mind by Daniel J. Levitin. And I am just interested in it. I like organization, and I like to see where my mind goes. So she's gonna be a thick one to get through. There's like, how many pages? Oh, there's actually quite a bit of notes. So there's like 400 pages. That's not bad. That's doable. These two books I got mainly because I saw the covers and I went, oh, they're pretty. I like them. So I got Frankenstein, which is one of my favorite books. But I just got it in this really nice, shiny, green, felty kind of cover. Because boy, oh boy, do I love. I also got Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland. I got it because the cover, like, just beautiful. And yeah, same kind of deal. Confession time. I got Circe by Madeline Miller in paperback. And then I kept seeing everyone's UK hardback, and I'll put like a picture somewhere above my head or next to me. It's beautiful. It is so nice. I'm not a big hardback reader. Like as you can tell, all the books so far have been paperback, and that it was done on purpose. I have small baby hands. And the big hardcover books are too difficult. They tire out my hands. So I needed a paperback to read, but I also needed the beautiful, beautiful cover. I wasn't going to get it, but then I saw it without the dust jacket. Give me a book that has a beautiful dust jacket and like normal underneath. I shall buy it. I shall buy it. I will not hesitate. But I love Greek mythology retellings, so I'm not too concerned that I'm not going to like this. I already have a bias towards these kinds of things, so yeah, that's definitely on Rick Riordan right there. That's definitely on Percy Jackson. I got this one. It's very, very small and short, but I got George Orwell, The Lion and the Unicorn, Socialism, and The English Genius. And this is mainly just about England as it was in 1941 from George Orwell's perspective. And I want to reread 1984 because, I mean, I've only read it once and I didn't fully enjoy it. So I'm going to reread it to see if maybe I was just on crack while I was reading it the first time. Well, I wasn't on crack because I was in junior high, but let's go. This next book, I'm so surprised that I found at Value Village. Like, what? In Canada? In a suburb? Oh, you got me surprised. So this is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So I'm actually reading right now the first Harry Potter book in Spanish because I'm learning Spanish and I want to be fluent one day. It's a goal, and I'm holding myself to it, hopefully. But every single time I go to Spain, I pick up a new copy or the next copy of the Harry Potter series. But I can't believe I actually found a Spanish book in a Canadian suburb. Not possible. Not fucking possible. I saw my friend in Spain reading this, and I did not know that The Witcher had a book that it came from, and I was surprised. Your boy needed to read The Witcher book. Your boy needed to read The Witcher book. So I got The Witcher book. Alright, I also got Magic for Liars. I like tarot, I like magic, I like all that kind of, not spooky, I'm very easily scared, but I like all that kind of magic-y thing. Give me something with magic in it. I'm reading it. I'll read it. Easy. So seeing that this was a family, like centered on family, and it had magic, Sarah Gailey had me immediately. Thank you, Sarah Gailey. I'm very excited to read this. We got David Orr's You Too Could Write a Poem. So this one is just a collection of, I think, his essays, or just, yeah, so he's talking about different writers and poets. Each chapter focuses on a different kind of idea of poetry and different poets. So I really want to read this because I want to make my poetry better. So I also have What We See When We Read by Peter Mendelssohn. This one is the one that I am most excited for. On the outside, it looks so minimalist and beautiful and all that. And then you go and details. Oh my gosh. Details. And then you have also on the inside beautiful, beautiful illustrations and like it's almost every page. Like I'll flip to a random thing and it has like visuals and it's, oh my goodness. I didn't realize that when I got this book that it was going to be like that it was going to have illustrations and stuff. I just thought it was like going to be a book about what you see when you read and like the philosophy of it and the science of it. So I wasn't really expecting that. And now that I know it has illustrations and that it's beautiful, I want to read it right now. Light the Dark. Writers on creativity, inspiration, and the artistic process. And it has like a whole bunch of different writers on creativity, as it says. It also has nice illustrations. I am excited to read this one too. I think those two are going to be like some of the ones I get to first in the nonfiction ones, but we will see. Okay, this one, I love fantasy and I love like seeing the world building, and so I had to get The Art of Language Invention by David J. Peterson. Yeah, so I'm just excited to see how you invent languages and what it's like. These two, I'm just gonna go through really quickly. J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit and The Silmarillion. So I don't actually have my own copy of The Silmarillion, and my parents have one, but I wanted my own so I can bang it up and not have to worry about whether or not they're gonna be mad at me. I got that at Value Village, both of them. I had The Hobbit already, but it was the movie cover and it looked just gross. I hate movie covers. Why do they exist? Marketing. But why do they exist? So I had to get a better copy. I also got another hardcover. Who knew? But it's called A Conspiracy of Truths by Alexandra Rowland. And yeah, it has a good outside without the dust jacket. It has like a nice little goblet. I just like when you have a team that's working on the covers that really actually thinks about what they're gonna do. A bad cover just ruins it for me. Like, you can have a really, really good book, but I'm most likely not gonna grab it if the cover is garbo. Like, I will get it from the library, but I won't buy it. I just won't. Because I'm very shallow, I guess, when it comes to that. This one I got is called The Labyrinth of Spirits by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. So it's about Alicia, a detective who works alongside the Madrid secret police, and she has to go back to her home city of Barcelona to solve the mysterious disappearance of Spain's Minister of Culture. So she goes there and it takes place has to do with like some books and stuff. I wanted to read more Spanish authors because I went to Spain, or just like books even taking place in Spain. I went to Spain on an exchange for 2 months and I want to go back very badly, maybe live there for a little bit, but I want to know more about, Spanish writers, because why the fuck not? This next one is The Angel's Game by the same author, Carlos Ruiz Zafón. This was a surprise. Your boy was surprised to find this in Value Village. And it was the cover that I wanted. Because there's one cover that I don't like, and then there's this cover, which I do like. And so I actually found A, the cover that I do like, and B, this in a Value Village for way cheaper than I would have been getting it online. So, hell yes. I also got Johnny Appleseed by Joshua Whitehead. I have already read this and really, really enjoyed it. It is so, so good. I'm going to talk about it in my wrap-up, not here, because not the time and place. So I got Darius the Great is Not Okay. I read the description on it on chapters because I was looking for books that had LGBT representation because Pride Month. And I saw this one, and oh me, oh my, I'm excited. It's about a boy named Darius who goes to see his grandparents in Iran. And he goes there and he meets a boy. And he starts to fall in love, I'm assuming. And he has to figure out his way around. So he has to deal with his depression, and he also has to deal with the fact that he has a sexuality that is not really accepted, I'm assuming, in Iran. I'm pumped. I want to read this. I also got Bending Adversity by David Pilling. It's about Japan and its ability to get through disasters and come out on the other side still, you know, going through it. It also goes into just like the history of Japan and stuff, and I love Japanese history. We talked about it in school, and I just fell in love with Japanese history, so very, very excited. So this is Jane Unlimited by Kristen Cashore. Okay, I love Kristen Cashore's Graceling series. I have reread it like 5 times. It is astounding to me. I love it. Fire is one of my favorites. So seeing that she had a new book out that I did not know about, oh my goodness, tragedy that I didn't already own it. So I bought it. That's all you need to know. No, it's about Jane, and she has to go, or she doesn't have to, but she is told by her aunt, Magnolia, that if she ever gets the chance to get to go to this party on this specific island at the specific manor, then she needs to go. Like, it's something that she should accept. So she decides, after she gets this invitation, to go. And apparently it's, like, really fun, and it's, like, a choose-your-own-adventure. So, fuck, I got it. Why am I getting all defensive? I don't know. I got Kurt Vonnegut's Pity the Reader. So, I just... Come on. I want more books about writing, because I like books about writing. Mwah. Can't wait to read you. I got the box set of Harry Potter. I wanted my own copy of these books because I love them. They really are kind of what got me really interested in reading a lot more and into writing. I started writing a lot more kind of after I started really reading these and Percy Jackson. And so I wanted my own copy that I could just take with me when I move out. I can't believe that she tried to take credit for something that Shakira wrote. Like, J.K. Rowling, like, what are you stepping in here for? Like, how did you even get your name on here? Like, it was done by Shakira. Like, what? And then all the things you said about trans people? Like, what? What was that? What was going on? Huh? But in some sort of seriousness, like, I do still love the books, and I'm still gonna love the books even though it's attached to the buffoonery. I knew that she was kind of like that, and that she said outrageous things. It's kind of weird seeing it kind of again. It's just kind of like, so, I mean, I just have kind of distanced her from these books. Like, I just find that it's just astounding that Shakira was able to write these. Like, good on her. Like, go nuts, Shakira. I want to see more from you. I'm on a Neil Gaiman kick, I think, because I read Good Omens by him and Terry Pratchett, and I love that so very much. So I got Neil Gaiman's American Gods because I loved their voices and I want to read more from them. This book is thick. It is thick. So it's going to be interesting to see how long it takes me to get through this or pick it up, because thickens like this get me kind of spooked. So I got Albert Camus' The Plague, and it's so good. It's so good. I'm going to reread it because I want to annotate it, and I also want to do a video on it. But, it's going to take me a while, and yes. But you should read it for yourself, because honestly, right now, with everything going on, it made it super creepy. It is slow at points, but, like, it was very much the vibe of quarantine, where, like, things are not happening as fast as you want them to. So, pick this up, because holy crap, I got a new favorite author. Southernmost by Silas House. This is about a preacher who he offers shelter to 2 gay men. But it backfires in the sense that his community kind of disowns him, and he has troubles with his wife and all that jazz. So then he has to reevaluate like everything. He then goes on a journey with his son to reconnect with one of his old friends that had turned out to be gay, I believe. Yeah. So he then goes to the southernmost point of the country to discover a new way of thinking about the world and understanding love. This concept is like really fascinating to me. The idea of like changing your ideas. I think it's healthy to see that more in books, that people are changing and that people are allowed to change their idea and really change their life because they change their beliefs. So I'm excited. Okay, Celeste Ng's Everything I Never Told You. I really saw a lot about this on other channels about how good it is, and it's about family, and it's also really, I thought it was going to be longer than this. It's quite a short book. Celeste Ng apparently is a really good writer, so I will read this probably in summer at some point. Okay, this is very fun. I saw the description for this and saw the cover as well. And I was like, be added to my cart right now. I'm gonna buy this. It's called Whiskey When We're Dry. And it's about a woman who, her parents are killed on their farm, and she decides she's gonna go find her outlaw brother and find him and reconnect with him and kind of find some safety that way. So she cuts her hair, binds her chest, gets their best horse, and goes off to find her brother Noah. Holy poop. I am very excited. I love cowboy things. I love cowboys. But I don't really read that many Westerns that often. So I'm buddy reading this with my dad. So you might see a video with my dad and I both going through how great this book is or how poop this book is. I can't wait. It's by, John Larison. So, let's go. This one I got mainly for like a coffee table book, but I got The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. I don't actually have a copy of it, so I think I also just might read this. But it is gonna just sit by my reading chair to look pretty. And yeah, it just has illustrations all the way through it, and it just has a really nice cover. So I'm putting it by my reading chair, and that's about it. Oh, so this one I got because I saw it online, but I also saw Books and Lala's her bookshelf rearranging video, and she had all of these beautiful covers of Penguin Classics, and I saw this one, and it was the only one available at the time, so I just got it. It does have a really interesting premise, though. It's about like capitalism and how this family has to deal with their relationship with shopping and consumerism and brands and just the modern way of life. So I'm really excited about that. I love books that deal with that kind of subject matter. So we'll see how this goes. I also got Virginia Woolf's Mrs. Dalloway. I read Orlando, and I really liked it. It was really slow for me to get into it, but the writing is very beautiful. I really, really liked it. So I figured I should figure out whether or not I really enjoy that book or Virginia Woolf's writing in general. So I got Mrs. Dalloway. So I'll check it out. It's fairly short, so I don't think it's gonna like take me that long at all. So yeah, we'll see. The Great Gatsby. I never really got interested in reading The Great Gatsby. Like, people all the time are so hyped about it, but I never found the appeal. Like, what's the appeal? Is there one? I don't know. So I'm gonna read it, mainly because I know other books reference this book. That's it. I don't really care about The Great Gatsby, but I probably should read it. So I'm gonna read it and see how I enjoy it. Fingers crossed that's gonna be good. I also got Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse-5. I have not read Slaughterhouse-5. I haven't read enough Kurt Vonnegut, so fucking got the book. What about it? Yeah. Next, and lastly, I got George Orwell's 1984. So, I had already read 1984, and I didn't really like it, so I just was like, oh, well, I'm Marie Kondoing, so I'll just get rid of it. But I want to give it another shot. I read 1984 back in grade 10, and I think I was just really busy, so I just sped through it, and I wasn't really, like, actually reading it. I know I really didn't like the essay portion of it, but I also didn't really read essays at that point. So I'm going to reread it, and I'm going to figure out a final verdict. But yes, I got 1984 again. So hopefully I do read it and like it again. I liked the first like half of the book when I first read it, so I'm sure I'm gonna like it again, the first half. Hey guys, so I actually got more books since I actually filmed. I'm just interjecting really quickly to tell you what books I got. My friend works at a library, and she was like, look at all these books in the discard. Do you want any? And I said yes, because they're books, and I want books. So I got more. I got 3, 4, 5, 6 more. I'll put the updated number here in my hands. But I'm just gonna go through them. The first one was Thomas Hardy's Tess of Duberville. And yeah, I heard of like Thomas Hardy's kind of stuff recently, and apparently his books are hard-hitting, so I figured, let's get hit hard. Should I say, let's get hit hardy. I also got Ta-Nehisi Coates' Between the World and Me, and this is about, I think it's him talking to his son about, yeah, him answering questions in a letter to his adolescent son. It has to do with like race and all that kind of stuff, and I really wanted to like educate myself more and see different perspectives on this all, because obviously like I only have my own perspective, so I figured I'd pick it up, and yeah. So I also got The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. I haven't really read any Ernest Hemingway stuff, so yeah, I want to read more Hemingway, because I mean, why not? He's a big boy in the community, and it is a very, very short book, so I think I'll get through it really, really fast. So I also had her go through the poetry section, because poetry books are expensive and I never have enough money for them. So when I saw this one, Headwaters, I had her pick it up for me. And so this is by Ellen Brandt Voigt. I've read a couple of them when I first got it. There's one called Geese, which I love geese, so let's go. And it's all about like animals and nature. Excited. This one, the cover is what really grabbed me at first, and then I saw the reviews on Goodreads and got very intrigued. So this is Iron River by Daniel Acosta. I believe this is about a boy who has to go on a journey of some sort. I don't know when I'm gonna read this, but it's very nice. Okay, in this one, I have seen like here and there online, and I was intrigued by the cover, but also I was intrigued by kind of the little blurb it has. I got We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Vazal. I'm so sorry if I said that name wrong. I'm very bad at pronouncing names, but yes, this does it have a map in it? Please tell me it comes with a map. It's a fantasy book. Oh, we got a map. We got a map, boys. We're in business. It's actually really fun, too. Anywho, this is a debut novel, I believe. I don't really know what it's much about, but it's fantasy, and it is a thicken. So I think it's like 500 pages. Very excited. But yeah, that is now... Actually, I lie. It's not everything. There are 2 more books that she found that I had mentioned to her that I was looking for, and she found them in the library discard pile. So I'm getting We Are the Ants. We Are the Ants. And then there's another one that I can't remember the name of, but it's also an LGBT book that was in the discard pile. So I think that brings it up to almost like 70 books in total. So holy shit. Holy shit. My wallet is so angry. Why did I do this to myself? I literally had just gotten rid of books at the beginning of quarantine. I got rid of like 3 boxes of books. So is this just like another restock for me, or what's going on? Cause like, I would like to know. I'm gonna vlog my reading rush experience next week. It's gonna just be like one video. I'm not doing a different video every day. That is insane to me. I think, not prepared enough in my video editing and my general video skills. I don't think I'm ready to do that. So I'm just gonna do one huge, long, week-long vlog about it. I don't know what I'm reading yet. I will get into that in that video, but I've kind of cleared most of my schedule for just reading that week. So I'm hoping that I can get 7 books. I might even be able to get more books read, but we don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today and listening to me as I go through all of these books. I hope it was entertaining for you, or just something for you to put on in the background while you do other things. I will see you. I'll see the camera next week. Yeah, I'm gonna go now because I want to eat. I put this off too late, and now I want to eat my dinner. Whether it is a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I hope you're having a good one. And if you're not, I hope you have a good one tomorrow. But that's where I'm going to leave this. So, bye, ciao, and see you next time.